Man, since about 10, 11, 12 years, man, I always worked hard for it. Always had a vision of me get my mom a house. Just wanted to work as hard as I can to provide for her and my little brothers and surprise them. They had no clue about it, and once she walked in, they walked in, and they got the big surprise. Man, it was a great feeling for myself and my family.
I think I read you gave her a box that had the house key. She didn't know what it was, or
actually, when I gave it to her, she was already crying, and she kind of dropped it, and she was just in tears and just so ecstatic of all the hard work that we all put in for her.
All the stuff your mom did for you, how great was that for you to be able to do that for her?
It was very big. As a kid, you grow up in different houses and move and things like that. And, you always want to work hard to provide for your mom. And, once you finally see it come true, it was a big accomplishment for myself.
It was fully furnished too, everything?
Yeah, everything is in there. It was kind of crazy. The night before, I was staying at my mom's old house. I was in the room with my little brother, and like his bed kind of had like this little dent in it, and I was laying in it, and I'm like, dang, bro, you getting pretty big in your bed, right? And he was like, yeah, man, mom said she'll give me a new bed next week, but like they didn't even know about the house coming up the next day. It was a surreal moment for me.
When you signed your first pro contract, you think, okay, I'm going to be able to do this in a couple of years, get my mom a house?
Yeah, I always had the vision of me, signing pro and, just trying to save my money up as much as possible. And then, I'm looking for houses. I looked for this house for about 16, 17 months. It was a long process. We kind of narrowed down. I had like 50 house choices, and just narrowed them down every month. And I kind of found it's the dream house for my mom.
Kind of breakout season for you. You're averaging a lot more points, more rebounds, shooting better, more assists. I know the season didn't start like you wanted to. First of all, what was that like? How did you overcome that to have such a good season?
Just having a strong background, strong mother, strong little brothers, and a strong support system behind me, just to always support me. Even though the season started out rough, I had them behind me to help keep me grounded. And that really helped. I worked as hard as I can, last summer to prepare for the season, and that just kind of carried over into the year. I was a lot more poised, a lot more comfortable out there, and it's a lot more easier when you know that you're going to play. 20, 25 minutes a game. I knew I was going to get in around the 4-minute mark of the first quarter, and I had to prepare myself for that. And it was fun. I had a good year this year, but I'm looking for an even better year next year.
Where did you feel like you really improved your game?
I kind of started seeing my game more improve. Probably about my fifth game back. I had 20 and 10 off the bench my first two games, and I think some people kind of thought it was just, his first two games that he had something to prove. But I kind of continued that consistency all year, and that helped me become one of the long-term pieces to the Bulls for the future.
When I watch you play, boy, your three-point shooting looks really good. I think you're like at 36%. I mean, what kind of three-points you're in? What kind of weapon is that for a guy your size?
It's very big. With the NBA game today, all bigs are putting the ball on the floor, making plays for other teammates, ultimately shooting threes. It's something I've been doing for a long time, but it just hasn't started now. I just started making a lot more and being more consistent with it.
Arkansas is going to have a lot of incoming freshmen.
Yep.
So, do you have any advice for them, and do you remember what it was like when you first started?
It was kind of crazy for me. I had a lot of expectations for myself and everybody else had for me. I think I had a lot more pressure than they did, but at the same time, you're still got to go out there and be yourself every day, work as hard as you can, get in the gym, get your reps up, listen to Coach Anderson and his staff. Ultimately, they have all the answers for you. But, once you step onto the court, you have to answer their own answers. you have to answer your own questions because, each game's going to be different. Each game plan is going to be different. The team's going to game plan for you differently, and, you have to be ready for it.
Bobby, what do you think about golf?
It's pretty hard. When I was a kid, me and my coach, Marcus McCurl, we used to go, but I never really swung it. I always just watched him go off. And, now I'm starting to, get in the habit of trying to swing it a little bit. And, it's kind of frustrating at first because, I kind of missed the ball a little bit here and there. But, I always stick with it. And it's been fun, go out there just to compete. I like when people talk crap and say this and that, so that kind of fires me up a little bit more too.
So you're playing a little bit?
Yeah, I swung it a couple times. I didn't really play, but I swung it a couple times.
think I read a story you talk about, you didn't expect to be drafted 22nd. You thought you'd be drafted higher, but that you really think Chicago's kind of your kind of city, the working class mentality. How do you like playing for Chicago and the Bulls fans?
I love it. It's a blue collar city. I'm a blue collar player, and they really embrace those players that go out there on a nightly basis and give it their all. It's been fun with me because I've seen me not play, and they still stick behind me. They had the free Bobby Portis movement my first 2 years, and now it's just every time I get on the court, I check in the game. The crowd just goes crazy for me. And, when I'm on the court, I'm doing my thing. I flex my arms to the crowd. I see people in the crowd, the kids flexing with me. So. It's an ecstatic feeling that I always wanted my whole life, and hopefully we keep this thing going.
Yeah, I know you're a great six man for the Bulls, but I know you probably want to start. Just how do you feel about that? Or minutes for minutes?
I get that question like every interview I do, but ultimately I'm always been a team player, team first guy, and it's been fun, just to go out there and get some reps and get some experience. But right now I'm cool with my role. I mean, me being a six man, being a scorer off the bench is a pretty good gig in the league. I get to get my shots up, get my attempts, to go out there and just try to ball out. So it's not a bad gig at all. But ultimately everybody wants to be a starter, and I do too.
I guess your first pitch like really?
It was crazy. I threw the first pitch out my rookie year at White Sox Stadium, but when I threw it there, I was a little bit more comfortable, man. I checked first, checked second, and it was a good feeling.
I didn't see the video. Was it a good strike, or how was the throw?
Come on now, man. It's a pretty good pitch, man. Right down the middle.
Yeah. Did you play baseball as a kid?
That was actually the first sport that I played as a kid. That and football. I got into basketball like 4th, 5th grade. But I played those two sports first. And my mom always thought I would be a baseball or football player, but I kind of grew out of it. I got too tall for it, and she still wishes I would have played.
Wrigley's such an iconic sports venue. How cool was it to be on the mound where all the great players have been going back to the early 1900s?
It was crazy. It was a good crowd there, even on a chilly day. They still come out and support. I didn't really have any sleeves on, so I was kind of freezing a little bit. But once I stepped out there, I kind of warmed up a little bit. And, it was a good feeling.
I know you're close to Daniel Gafford. What advice did he talk to you for your advice, and kind of what did you think about his decision to come back?
Yeah, he did. He talked to me a little bit, but I kind of try to stay out of the mix a little bit with players want to leave, players want to stay, things like that. And I want the people to make their own decisions. Ultimately, you have to live with it. I don't want anybody coming back one day and things didn't go the right way, and then they want to they want to blame somebody else. So I like people to make their own decisions so they can live with it.
Since he made his decision to come back, though, what do you think? How big is that for the program? Just how good do you think that is for Daniel to get a little more seasoning?
Very big for the program as a whole, because like you said, we have 6, 7 new guys coming in.
I think it's 9.
9. Well, that's even more than we have 9 new players coming in. He'll be one of our most experienced players. He's been through it, been to NCAA tournament, so he can lead those guys in the right direction. I think the biggest thing with me, I came back here too. I've already been through the fire. I've already seen everything, and I was ready to lead. And hopefully he can come back and he's ready to lead and be that guy for us.
You and Daniel are kind of different kind of players.
Yeah.
What do you like about his game? Where do you think he's going now?
He has a tremendous upside. He can run. He can run with the best of them, jump with the best of them. Like you said, we're two different players, but at the same time, we're still Hogs, and we still have to go out there and lead. He'll be our best player next year. We have to go out there, learn how to lead the team, learn how to, put guys in the right direction. Point guys in the right direction, and be that guy for us.
How did you handle some of the adversity with things that happened on the court and in practice this year? How much do you think you grew from what happened?
I handled it well. Just try to say the right things to the media, stay out the way, stay on social media. Just let my game do the talking. I feel like my game backed up everything that happened in the beginning of the year, and now I don't even hear anything about that anymore. Just me staying grounded, believing in myself, believing in my abilities, and talking to God, talking to my mom each and every day. Those things help me get through it. And it's been fun, just to ride this wave, and hopefully this wave can keep going. Come out here to support, not only Mike Anderson, but support everybody that's been there through. Everybody's been there through the process with me. All these guys have been there from the jump when I first touched campus in Arkansas in 2013, and they've been riding this wave with me, and they supported me. They supported me through it all, and I'm supporting them too.
Are you getting ready for a new contract? I'm not as up on that as I should. Are you eligible for a new contract next season?
Yeah, I'm eligible for extension. We've been talking about it, for about a month now. Hopefully we can come to terms with it.
You feel like you put yourself in a good position for a nice contract with the way you play?
Yeah, I feel like I put myself in a great position with it. I come to the gym every day. They know that, they know what they're going to get out of me each and every game. Come to the gym early, leave late. I work as hard as I can. I feel like I'm the hardest working player on the team. Blue collar player. I fit the city. We meet somewhere in the middle, somewhere me and the city does. I feel like we'll get everything worked out. But if not, I'll play my 4th year, and still try to ball out as much as possible.
I noticed you never wear a headband in the NBA. What happened to the headband?
The Bulls had a rule my rookie year that, they can wear headbands and things like that. So I kind of got away from it. I tried it again my second year in the league, and it just wasn't me anymore. I started growing my hair out a little bit, so I don't really want to put a headband over my hair.
Do you live in Little Rock in the offseason, or do you live in Chicago?
I stayed in Chicago, LA, and Little Rock, back and forth from those three. My trainer, we be in LA a lot, working out on my game and get my body prepared for the season. And I work out in Chicago with the Bulls, so sometimes Monday through Thursday during the week. And then we have the weekends off, and then if I have a weekend off, I go home to Little Rock, see my mom, or come up here and see my girlfriend.
And I read you did something, you kind of tricked your mom to get her to go to the house where she wouldn't know you bought it for. What was it you did? What did you tell her?
I told her that we were going to a Razorback charity event on Sunday for the moms. They were having some special thing for the moms, and if my mom heard anything about the Razorback, she's going to be ecstatic and she wants to come. So she prepared, put her clothes on. My little brothers got dressed, put their clothes on. We drove off, and then where we were pulling up, she didn't know where we were going. I told her that we were going to North Little Rock, and we went to Maumelle, and when they came in, it was just a great feeling, man. Every day I think about it. My mom still texts me 2-3 times. She can't believe it, this and that, and it's just a great feeling to have. When you're a kid and you see your mom, work as hard as she can to provide for you. You can just go back and help provide for her. It's a great feeling to have.
You said this is something you've been thinking about ever since you were about 10 or 11, when
10
maybe you realized you could play ball pretty well.
Yeah, it's been a dream of mine forever, and I work as hard as I can each and every day, helping to be the best player I can, to one day get drafted and have some things to myself that I can help provide for my mom. And it's been a fun ride, and hopefully I can keep riding this thing out, man, as long as possible.
When she walked in the house, is that when she knew you bought it for her? When did she know?
I think she knew when she walked in and she seen everyone there, and they said surprise. My mom was already crying on.
So you had friends and family?
Yeah, she had friends and family, and things of that nature. That all of them were there, and it was a fun feeling.
Did you keep up with Dusty's season in the G League last year?
Yeah, me and Dusty actually hung out twice during the year. When we went to Memphis, played the Grizzlies, we hung out, and when he came to Chicago, when they played our G League team, we hung out too. Me and Dusty text almost every day, and it's one of my good friends since I was a child. Since I was 8, 9, 10 years old, we've been knowing each other for that long. That's one of my lifelong friends.
I think he's got a pretty good shot at making a roster.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody's path is different. Everybody has to go through different things, and he'll go through the rest of this off season. Playing the summer league with their team, and that's when people make their strides in summer league. Teams really start locking in on the guys that's free agents and things like that. And hopefully he can get picked up. Obviously everybody knows he can put the ball in the hole at a high level, shoot the ball, come downhill, get to his float game and things like that. But I feel like he'll have a big shot.
I remember at the start of the season, some people said, well, gee, I don't know if Bobby Ports is long for the Bulls. They ended up getting rid of the other guy. They kept you.
Yeah.
And you had a great year. How did you feel about the way that all played out?
Me and John Paxson text a lot. He texted me, after they made the trade, and he told me he was the guy. He told me that he wanted to keep me because he felt like I was the guy that they believed in the most, that they wanted around. And he just told me to keep working hard as I can to keep getting better. that one thing about this league that, you know, it's the guys that work get rewarded. That's what he always preaches, and, you know, I'm going to keep working hard as I can.